Good evening, one and all present here. Today's webinar on effective resource management using Power Project software, conducting by Infinity PMC Solutions Private Limited. This is Suganya, Project Management Professional Certified, working as a manager, delivery and services at Infinity PMC Solutions Private Limited. Having hands-on experience in project management domain, functional consulting, implementation, and project management methodology. Has professional exposures on Oracle Primavera softwares, contract management, Primavera risk analysis, P6 EPPM, Microsoft project software, project management professional exam preparation training, schedule reader, turbo chart, and Atlas, and also Power Project 4D BIM scheduling. Some of the major projects implemented: TUF Offshore, Airport Project Delay Analysis, BGR Energy Power Project, L&T Technology Services, KSB Industrial Construction and Contract Management, Kalpatru Power Transmission and Distribution Electrical Power Project. Today's agenda: IPMCS Introduction, Power Project Overview, Building Schedule in Power Project, Setting up resource libraries, allocating resources to the project activities, bottom-up estimation, displaying resource information in heat maps, histograms, and curves, and resource optimization, question and answers. About Infinity PMC Solutions, our focus is mainly in the project management and cost management domain. We do have combined experience of 20 plus years in successfully implementing project and cost management solutions. We are Indian partner for Power Project and Exactal Costex solutions. We do have 1000 plus hours of training experience in handling top corporates, colleges, and universities in different verticals. We have certified trainers from Oracle, Exactal, and then PMI. Power Project Introduction. Power Project is a project management software, 4D scheduling software. It is first launched in 1988 by Electrosoft. It's a powerful project portfolio and resource management solution. It is used by large and small businesses, and it's a preferred solution for the construction professionals. Why a mega project owner chooses Power Project software? It is easy to use but extremely powerful. Full scalable source suite projects and portfolios of all sizes. It has a superior presentation of the project plans and simpler printing, filtering for a easier management of the subcontractors, and it's a cost-effective licensing options. Enterprise option for the multi-user, multi-project and real-time accesses. It provides a dashboard reporting for a quick executive summaries. It can be easily integrated with other ERP or third-party softwares. It has the affordable 4D planning, links project plans to 3D models with a single application. Power Project Suites. Core scheduling tool, Power Project BIM, business intelligence reports, free project viewer, and in the standalone scheduling tool itself, we have the free add-ons, risk management, schedule quality checks, earned value analysis, S-curves, and then PERT. Also site progress mobile application. So the resource working in the site, no need to send the actual updates through the mails and all. Using the mobile application, if they update the actuals in the mobile application, automatically it will update into the software. So the HR person sitting in the office can view the actuals happening at the site using the 3D model visual, more visualization also. So first, build a schedule. Let's see how to create a schedule in Power Project. Open the Power Project software. To create a new project, go to File, New. We have certain inbuilt templates available: construction, engineering, housing, MSP, Primavera templates, and services templates. I'm selecting the construction template, and I can give the project name and the file name. I'm giving project name as construction of house, then create it. So once you create the new project has been opened. Now you can define the activities. So I'm defining the activities: excavation, foundation, joining walls, house walls, house roof, interior finishes, cleanup. Also, these activities I'm going to summarize under main building construction. So select all the activities and then you can summarize. Under the home tab, you can go to summarize. So now the summary activity has been created. You can give the name for the summary activity. I'm giving main building construction. Then you can add the other activities. Garage construction, fabrication of garage doors, garage walls, garage roof, garage doors. So now you can define the duration for all the activities. Also, you have to summarize the garage activities. Select all the activities, select home tab. You can go for summarize. So I'm giving the name as garage construction. So now you can summarize the whole project as a construction of a house building. So now you can define the durations for each and every activity. For excavation, I'm giving 14 days. So duration, if you want it in the days displays means, you can select the duration column, right click. You can go to table definition. You can choose the time unit into days. Apply, okay. So now you can define the durations. For joining walls, I'm giving 7 days. For house walls, 28 days. And for house roof, 21. And for interior finishes, 21 days. And for cleanup, I'm giving 7 days. Also for fabrication of garage doors, 42 days. And garage walls, 21 days. In 7 days. So once you define the durations for each and every activity, you can give the relationships. So to give the relationship for the sequencing of the activities, select all the activities in the Gantt chart or the bar chart. Go to home tab, select add or delete links, link task. You can reschedule it. Now you can link between the main building construction activities and the garage construction activities. So after excavation only, I'm starting this fabrication of the doors. Then after joining walls, I'm going to start this garage walls. Then after garage walls, you can start the garage roof. Then after garage roof, you can start the garage doors. Also, after fabrication of the garage doors, it can be connected with the garage doors. So now again, you can go for reschedule in order to recalculate it. So now you can see here, the schedule has been created. Also finish to finish. So that exists a relationship between the closed network has been framed. So once the schedule has been built, then what step? So generally in a project, we have a 5 process groups: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. So initiation we have completed. In the planning itself, we have 2 different categories: scheduling and then resource management. So we have completed the scheduling. So next is resource management. When a plan will be full-fledgedly prepared, so once the plan contains the activities like high level and then detailed level of planning also along with the resources management. So now go back to the presentation. Project resource management process. So first in a project, understand the activities and identify the resource requirements. What are the type of resources needed and also how much number of resources required for each and every type. Then apply or like assign the resources to the particular activity wise. After assigning, analyze or balance the resources. So after analyzing, suppose if any improper allocation exists, like over allocation or like under allocation exists, then go for resource optimization or the managing resources using the resource leveling methods. We will see each and every steps in detail in today's session. So what is resources generally in a project? In a project, anything that required to complete a project, we used to call resources. It might be like 3M as a resources or 5M as a resources as per conceptually, like men, machine, material, money, methodology, like that. Generally, in a project management software, men, machine, material will be considered as a resources. So many factors such as skills or attributes, time to complete the task, ability to commit, cost that fits your budget. So in Power Project, we have 2 types of resources. One is permanent resource and another one is consumable resources. So your men and then machinery comes under permanent resource type, and consumable resources is nothing but your materials and supplies comes under consumable resources. So in Power Project, we are creating the resource library. So under permanent, what are the human resources required? What are the machineries required? Then under consumable resources, we are creating the supplies. So in this diagram, you can see here, this is a project view spreadsheet and then bar chart is displaying. In the project view, we are creating the number of resources or the type of resources needed. So it associates both cost and revenue rates. So in Power Project, you can create the single resource as well as you can create the resource or the role teams. Let's see how to create the resource or the role teams. Open Power Project. In the project view, expand the permanent resource. So under permanent resource, you can define, let me define the machinery resources. Select permanent resource, right click, add new permanent resource. So give the name of resource. Already cranes available. So let me create JCB machines. So give the name of the resource, then enter the availability. How many JCB machines available with you? 1 or 2 or 3? How many number? Maximum units can be defined into the skills. Right now only 1 JCB machine available. Then go to cost or income. Here some of the cost has been already available in Power Project. So you can define add new rate. So for machineries, double click on the machinery cost. You can enter the cost. So how much is the amount? You're going to pay the amount per hourly basis or like daily basis. So for machineries, I'm going to pay it on a hourly basis. So it is like 2000 per hour I'm going to pay. Close. Assign this rate. Assign machinery rate to JCB machines. Go to assignments. You can choose non-model. Close. So now JCB machine as a resource created. Similarly, I want to create the human resources also. So either I can create individual resources like project manager, planning engineer, like that I can create. Otherwise, I can create as a team resources. Say for example, middle level resources, top level resource, top management, senior management, and bottom level resources can be created. Team 1, team 2, team 3, like that different team of resources can be created. Let me show you how to create a team of resources. What is the advantages of creating the resource separately as well as team, we will see. So capacity planning, you might heard it of. Capacity planning is nothing but group of resources number of units required on the particular resource category. So select permanent resource, right click, add new permanent resource. I'm going to give team 1, close. So team 1 has been created. In team 1, what are all the resources comes under? So now under team 1, you can add the resources. Right click, new permanent resource sub entry. So I'm giving labor resource. So I can enter the skills like availability, how much labor available, only one, or how much you can enter 2 labors or 3 labors. Then go to cost or income. Similarly, you have defined the cost and you can assign. So I'm defining the new cost. You can enter the cost. So 500, 350 per day basis we are paying. Close and assign this rate. So you can choose non-model, close. So similarly under team 1, I'm going to create Mason. Mason is a new resource. Again, go to cost or income, assign rate, same 350 per day. Close. So I have created the resources JCB machine, and then let me create one more new resource, planning engineer. So planning engineer is a resource created. Close. You can assign the cost. Close. So now we have created the machinery resource and then the human resources. Human resource separately, I have created an individual resource planning engineer. Also, I have created a group of resources as a team 1. Now under consumable resource, you can create. So supplies or the materials can be created. Already bricks is available. So select consumable resource, right click, add new consumable resource. You can enter the name of the resource. So you can enter cement. So initial availability 0 or 1 you can put. Go to cost or income, cost per use and then cost per unit. So cost per unit you can give. So 350 per bag. So measured in units can be entered here. I want to measure cement in terms of bags. You can enter the bags. So now we have given the resource name and then the measure, the unit of measure, as well as we have given the cost per unit. Close. Similarly, you can create steel, sand, bricks, any other material supplies also can be created here. So let me create. Steel can be measured in tons. So cost or income 40,000 per unit. So you can enter this, close it. So now we have created the resource breakdown structure. RBS has been created. So after creating the resources, what is the next step? So identified the resource types and then number of resources needed. Next is, after defining the resource library, we'll move on to allocating resources. Allocating resources is nothing but assigning the resources to the particular activity. Say for example, for excavation, you can see in the attached screenshot. For excavation, we have assigned service engineer, landscape architect, architects, cranes, as well as bricks. So similarly, let's see how to assign the what are the resources required for to complete this particular activity. Assign all the resources. So go to Power Project. To assign the resources, select the bars. For excavation, I have selected that bar in the bar chart. Now, from the project view, you can select the resource. Say, for example, for excavation, or let's take, if you want to assign one resource for all the activities, means select all the activities using Shift. So we have selected all the activities. Once you select, now you can assign. Planning engineer can be assigned for all the activities. Yes. So we have assigned the resources, planning engineer. See, in Power Project, you can see the activity bar as well as the resource bars in the bar chart. So that you will get to know whether the resource is available for like full activity or only for the particular 2 days or 3 days like that. So you can assign the resources here. Similarly, I want to assign for excavation, I want to assign cranes or JCB machines. Drag and drop. Also, you can assign team 1 or like labor and then mason. Say for example, I'm assigning for main building construction for all activities. Drag and drop the labor resource. Also mason resource. Similarly, you can assign the resources for the garage construction activities also. So select the activity. Select all activities. Now you can assign the labor resource as well as you can assign the mason resources here. So this is how you'll be assigning the resources for all the activities. And also here in the bar chart, if required, you can view these resources. If it is not required, you can hide the resources. So go to Format tab. Here you have the bars, certain icons available. So here you can see the scheduled allocation. If I unselect the scheduled allocation, then the resources bar will not be highlighted in the bar chart. If required, you want to see means you can again select. So the resource bars will be displaying here. So this is how allocating the resources to the particular activity. So JCB machine has been allocated only for the excavation, remaining it is not allocated. So similarly for excavation has been done. Next for foundation, we need to assign cement resource. Also we need to assign bricks. So like this you'll be assigning for all the activities. I'm assigning cement and bricks for the joining walls activity. So for all the activities, we have assigned the resources like this. Moving back to presentation, we have done the resource library, that is like created the number of resources, type of resources needed. Then we have allocated the resources to the particular activity wise, and we have analyzed the resource bars also in the bar chart. Then bottom up estimation. So after allocating resources, we will be able to find the bottom up estimation. So what is bottom up estimation? Bottom up estimation is nothing but it is also called as WBS, your work breakdown structure. So work breakdown structure is nothing but like splitting your project into major phase wise or like major deliverable wise and splitting it further till the activity level. So now for each and every activity, when you assign what are the types of resources needed and like how many number of resources needed means, then for one activity, you will be able to find out totally how much cost is needed to complete the particular activity along with the help of the resources availability and allocated. So now if you are able to find out one activity cost means you'll be able to summarize it to the particular WBS level. Then all the WBS add up and it will show to the overall project budget. So 5 steps that will send you to the successful bottom up estimation. Identifying all project required tasks, then estimate all the tasks identified in your WBS or project activity definition, then identify the task dependencies, then identify the resources required to complete. So far we have completed, we have added the activity dependencies and then we have assigned the resources also. Now determine when resources should complete this task. So far we have done all these 5 steps. Now let's see what was the result of the bottom up estimation. Go to the Power Project, insert the columns like cost, add column, cost, apply, close. So based on the resources, main building construction lets you take, and for excavation, see here, JCB machine, labor resource, mason and planning engineer all add up, and it has shown some cost for the excavation level, for foundation level, then for joining walls, then for house walls. So like this, some of the cost has been given for each and every activity wise. So all the activities add up, and it has shown for main building construction, this is the cost, and for garage construction, this is the cost. So all add up and shown to the project level. So this is the overall cost for the project level. So from the bottom till the top level, we are calculating the cost as well as number of resources needed, what is the start date, and then duration, everything. Similarly, you can see the duration also for the bottom up estimation. See, the durations has been add up for all the activity, and it has shown for 112 days. And since it's a parallel activities, main building and garage construction, overall it is 112 days only. So this is what your bottom up estimation. It will give you the 100% rule. When once you add up from bottom to top, you will get the overall project information. So after allocating the resources and bottom up estimation, next step is resource analyzing. So analyzing resources in the form of the histograms and reports to display revenue or cost or net income over the duration of your projects. So generally for resource analyzing, we have two different types of resource analyzing. One is like a graphical representation and another one is like a spreadsheet representation. So in Power Project, it will give you the spreadsheet representation as the resource heat maps. See here, the diagram will show you for surveyor on which date it is how much allocated. So on 13th and 20th May, this week and all, it is like over allocated. So over allocation is showing in the red color, and under allocation is showing in the blue color, and properly allocated is displaying in the green color. So it generates a heat map. Heat map is nothing but it will give you more visual representation to understand the resources allocation. Generally in a numbers means it is difficult, whereas if you give the color coding means, okay, red means critical, green means properly allocated, whereas blue means like under allocation. So red means my resource is capable of working 8 hours per day, but I have allocated 16 hours of work to the resource who is capable of working 8 hours. So I need to do the optimization there. Otherwise, efficiency of the resource and the project will be going down. Then if it is like free, the resource is free means I need to engage this resource to some other activity on the particular days. These days he is available. So this is simply showing the availability of the resources information. So this is in the spreadsheet format. Now let's see how to view the resource heat map in the Power Project. Go back to the presentation, Power Project software. Right now I'm hiding the resources bars here. Now to view the resources information, go to view. Under view tab, under graph, here you can see new resource usage. Select new resource usage. So from the properties, you can check in the resources information which you want to view. So expand here, labor resource you want to see, and mason resource you want to see, and also JCB machines allocation we want to see. So this allocation like analyzing can be done for the human resource and the machinery resources. See here. I'm just dragging the graph for the better visibility. So for JCB machines, it is properly allocated only for one activity. Next, come to the labor resource. So labor resource is properly allocated on 27th July, that first 2 weeks. Then these weeks it is like over allocated. Then here this is like under allocated. So labor resource is free on November and December month. So overall, like how much units required for labor resource for particular month or particular week or particular day can be analyzed. So that can be changed. This sheet is also called as your capacity planning sheet. Right click on the sheet, go to properties. Resource usage view properties. Go to appearance. You can show in months also. Apply. Okay. See here. So on August 2020, labor resource overall like how much units is needed? 248 is needed. 448 on September. Then October to 424 units. Then in the November 288 units. Then whereas in the December and January and all only 112 units and 64 units is needed. Similarly, you can see for the next resource like mason resource. So mason is properly allocated. Only I need to check the labor resource for over allocation and under allocation. So this is how you can analyze the resource heat maps. Hope it's clear. If you want to hide this map currently, you can just delete resource usage. Whenever you want, you can analyze that graph. So next is, you can analyze in terms of spreadsheet using resource heat maps. Next is resource histograms, are also called as manpower histogram. So manpower histogram can be generated in any other softwares. If you take means in a single page, you can view only one resource histogram. Whereas in Power Project, in a single page itself, you can analyze multiple histograms. So let's see how to analyze single histogram or how to analyze multiple histograms in the same page. So go to software, go to view tab, select new histogram, choose the resource. So what is the advantage of choosing the creating the individual resource or the resource team? Now we will analyze. So I'm selecting the individual resource planning engineer. Also you can choose allocation to date or allocation and availability. So this is the allocation and availability graph. On these particular dates, it has been properly allocated, whereas on these dates, so parallel activities are running. So here like over allocation happened. So overall, like only one planning engineer available with me on these dates, whereas like two planning engineer is required on August end, and then like the September, I need like overall 3 planning engineers. So this graph depicts this. If you are creating individual resource, individual histograms can be analyzed. Suppose if you create as a team resource, go here, check out planning engineer and check in the team 1. See? So here in this team 1, we have labor resource and then the mason resource available. So what you can do is, what are the advantages of viewing the team histogram? You can right click on the histogram and you can choose the drill up and drill down. So drill down is nothing but now both resources together displaying in a single histogram. If you want to view like separately labor and separately mason, use the drill down option. So automatically it will drill down and it will show. See here for mason, it is not over allocated, properly allocated, whereas labor resource only over allocated on these dates. So if you say, if you analyze like a single histogram, the visibility might not be that much clear. Whereas if you analyze like a single separate histograms, now you will get a clear visibility of the allocations. Again, if you want to back, right click, use the drill up option. So this is the way of analyzing like a single resource as a separate histogram or multiple resource in a single histogram. So I'm just checking out these things. JCB missions, also planning engineers. So all resources together you can view in a single histogram. So number of units needed. So this is how you can analyze the manpower histogram. So next is you can analyze the curves also. Resource curves also can be generated here. So either histogram or the curves can be viewed. Now go to Power Project. You can choose the total task work. So the resource curves can be generated. Resources allocation. How much units needed. So after analyzing the resources, go back to the resource optimization. So now you have analyzed, there exists some over allocation, there exists some under allocation. So to optimize the resources, what are the options available? So you can do few things. You can reassign the task, or you can add extra resources, or you can delay a task, or you can substitute the resources. You can increase the span of dates, or you can decrease the task durations. So these are the possible methods you can do to optimize the resources. Generally, we used to call delaying or crashing or stretching or splitting. So in the name of delaying, let's see. So one of the example has been mentioned here. You can see here task K is running on first, second, and third, and then fourth is like holiday, fifth, sixth task C is running, whereas the project end date has been defined as 10th. So now task A and B parallelly running, whereas only one engineer is available. So what you can do to optimize this situation, I can move the task B to the after completing task C. So this is like within the float values. Now the float value is nothing but 8, 9, 10 are the float values. So if it moves also, then the project end date is not affecting, whereas the over allocation has been solved. This is one method. Next, delaying without slack. So in this situation, task A is running from 1 to 3, and then task C on 5 and 6, and 7 is holiday, 8, 9, 10, task D is running. So without even now there exists the over allocation because task A and task B both are parallelly running. So to solve this over allocation, we need to move the task B. So if I'm moving the task B means then my project end date will affect. So this is one way of solving the over allocation by adding the project end date. So these are some of the examples. Let's see how to do the resources leveling in this software. So let me take team 1. You can drill down. So now only labor resources over allocated. How much labor is needed? 3 labor is needed. So what you can do is go to labor resource, right click, select properties, go to details. In the allocation, change the resource instead of 1 to 3. Close. Now see in the graph, the over allocation has been solved. This is adding more number of resources. Previously, I was having only 1 labor. Right now, I was having 3 labors. I'm having. So now the over allocation has been solved. Now come back to the drill up position and see. So in a single histogram has been displaying. This is how you can solve the over allocation. This is like adding more number of resources. Otherwise, instead of running the parallel activity, you can change from start to start into finish to start. Instead of parallel, you can make it into sequential activities to solve the resources allocation. Also here you have some of the options called split activities, split and join. So this will be helpful for you to solve the resources allocation. In Power Project, we can generate the cost or income also. So you can capture your expenses as well as revenue in Power Project for each and every resources using cost centers. So benefits of Power Project. So far we have seen the resource management. Benefits of Power Project: visibility and oversight across multiple projects, collaboration between the staffs, consistent reportings, improved resource utilization and management across like portfolio of the projects, and better cost monitoring can be done. So Power Project is basically a 4D planning and scheduling software. What are the benefits of the 4D planning? So it's an effective 4D planning tool. It identifies the problems that may not be visible via the traditional schedules. In a traditional schedule, you can analyze like a spreadsheet, or in the bar chart, the planned versus actual you can analyze. Whereas in the Power Project in 4D, you can visually see how much has been completed. The building construction visibility can be shown in the 4D. So you can run scenarios to assess the feasibility of execution and find the best solutions. You can see the impact in 3D view as well as in the Gantt chart. It shows how the build process will appear at the different project stages. It integrates as build information. So using in 3D or like 4D planning, you can view the comparison model also. What is the planned model? So what was the actual model happened at the site real time? So by sitting in the office itself, you can get the clear visibility what is happening in the site using this 4D planning. So some professional services handled by IPMCS in project and cost management solutions, basics of PMP, project management professional concepts, basics of BIM concept in project management, Microsoft project software training, Elocosoft Power Project, Oracle Primavera Risk Analysis, Oracle Primavera P6, and Costix. Corporate Services, Scheduler Services, Estimation and Quantity Survey Services, 4D and 5D BIM Services, Implementation Services, Staff Augmentation Services to the projects on a short-term as well as long-term basis. Training services offered in Power Project planning and scheduling. So these are the regular trainings as well as the capsule trainings handled in Power Project software by IPMCS. Power Project planning and scheduling fundamentals, Power Project 4D BIM scheduling, Power Project resource and cost management module, Power Project risk analysis module, site progress mobile update in Power Project module. Thank you. If you have any queries, now you can ask. Otherwise, you can post your queries in the chat box. Also, participants are requested to fill the feedback forms in the link given.